Hey, it's Todd Freed, riding the Rockies in beautiful Aspen, Colorado. A glorious scene, and what a summer it's been. But you know what? Summer is over. H-Town High School Sports starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Academy Sports and Outdoors, H-Town High School Sports. We're powered by Vite. I'm Todd Freed. This, also our first show on CW39 Houston. Great to be here. Hey, speaking of great, as the football season kicks off this Thursday night, we're kicking off our coverage with a sneak peek and preview of the 9-time state champion, Katy Tigers.
As head coach Gary Joseph gathers his players in the heat of August, the quest for another state championship begins in earnest right here on the practice field. These Tigers only 7 months removed from a remarkable 9th state championship. The latest, a 51-14 beating of Buda Hayes, the 6A Division II state final.
The thing that stands out the most was the perseverance of our kids. And in the end, how much they really appreciated, winning the state championship and the things they done to sit there and the sacrifice they had to make, for each other, number one, but for our football team, number two.
The moment after the clock ran out and it was official that we were state champions. It was just, there's nothing else compared to it. Just looking up at the stands and then looking at my brothers beside me, it was just, you can't recreate that moment.
To help recreate that moment this season, the Tigers look to the return of several defensive standouts. Defensive back Bobby Taylor and linebacker Ty Canna have committed to Texas A&M and USC, respectively.
I expect it to be the same as every KD defense. I expect us to dominate. I think we have some great talent coming back. We have great people coming up. And as far as the game plan with our coaches, I expect domination.
Come out here and set the bar. Defense wins games in our opinion here. So we come out here, we finish the season on a high note, we win state. But, after that first day, it was back to business. So we just got to come out here and be consistent and just listen to our coaches and, just do what we do.
Well, then there's 4-star defensive end Malik Silla, a Texas A&M commit with an extra dose of motivation after a broken ankle ended his season in the 3rd round of last year's state title run.
I got a big chip on my shoulder. I got a lot to prove with this year coming up. So that injury, it has a big part of why I want to play this season so bad.
Offensively, the Tigers welcome the return of junior quarterback Caleb Koger, as well as highly touted wide receiver and University of Oregon commit Nick Anderson. Plus, running back Seth Davis, who combined with older brother Jalen for over 3,000 rushing yards last season, returns as well. For his part, younger brother Seth rushed for over 1,600 yards and 17 touchdowns.
He's going to be a good football player. He was a good football player last year. I expect him to be even better. But, the great thing about having 2 of them like that last year was they weren't worn down when we got to the state finals, and both of them were pretty fresh, and both of them were still running the ball real well.
Especially well for a Tigers team fully intent on bringing home another state title to Katy, Texas.
And for more on the top teams in Class 6A football, we welcome in Vite Media Chief Content Officer Matt Malatesta. Matt, great to see you. Football preview edition of Vite is out, so you've dissected, inspected, and maybe rejected?
Well, we have run the gamut in the city of Houston, so we know who's who, and we're telling you inside this.
All right, we're going to cut right to the chase. Yep. The top 10 teams in Class 6A football. All right, go for it. Starting with number 10.
We'll go number 10, Dickinson Gators, loaded with national talent. Offensive lineman, tight end, going to Texas A&M. They're followed by Tomball Memorial. Really good, offense. They did lose a lot, but I think they're going to be a top 10 team as well. C.E. King, how about them? They get into the top 10. Great running game, old school football, okay? Then you got Ridge Point, Bert Emanuel Jr., great quarterback over there, also gobs of talent. Then you got Westfield, super defensive team, followed by Bridgeland, super offensive team. I know you're talking about Connor Wigman, the great quarterback over there.
Coming up in a minute, yeah.
Atascocita, big offensive line, skill guys all over the place. Spring, they're a breakout team in Houston. They're going to make a deep run in Region 2.
Bishop Davenport, the quarterback.
Unbelievable. North Shore, you can't leave them out. What are they going to do without Demetrius Davis? We'll soon find out. Their defense is going to carry the torch for them. They're going to be amazing on defense. And finally, the Katy Tigers coming in at number 1. Why wouldn't they be number 1? They're coming off a state championship.
As we just saw.
Tons of talent as well.
All right, great stuff. We're going to have you back later in the show to break down the top 10 in Class 5A football. Matt Malatesta. Now, one Class 6A player to definitely keep an eye on this season is Bridgeland Bears quarterback Connor Wigman. The future Texas Aggie is rated among the nation's top quarterback prospects, and he ranks pretty high with us as our inaugural exclusive Athlete of the Week.
Right now, we fight for the right to play next week. We in the field like all day long. All day long.
Coming off an epic junior season in which he threw for 3,800 yards and 42 touchdowns, quarterback Connor Wigman is back to lead an explosive Bridgeland Bears offensive attack.
Everyone around me, my receivers, my O-line, my running backs, I mean, they help me out a ton. Just if I could put the ball in their hands, get it out quick, I mean, they go make plays.
For his part, Connor is making the type of plays that have made him one of the nation's top quarterback prospects. In his 2 varsity seasons, he's accounted for a staggering 7,600 yards of offense with 85 touchdowns.
The popular skills of today, he throws at different arm slots. They call it like Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes. His ability to run and move and make plays. There's no moment too big for him. And that's what makes the great players. They can rise up that big time.
Big time skills for a big time competitor.
Am I ready? He is an amazing competitor. His freshman year, we're in the weight room one day, and the other quarterback squatted 400 pounds on the front rack, and everybody's hooping and hollering. He runs from the back rack and goes 405. And on that moment, I was like, that's a dude.
I just feel like I'm a competitor. I hate to lose. I mean, I feel like I'll do whatever it takes to go out and get the job done.
This past summer, Connor was one of 20 quarterbacks nationwide to earn an invite to the Elite 11 Quarterbacks Camp in California, earning the distinction as one of the Elite 11 high school quarterbacks.
It was an awesome experience, just being able to compete with the other top quarterbacks in the country and learning from the best coaches in the country. So, I mean, it was pretty cool.
Finish the game. Finish on me. Finish on 3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
This school, going into its 5th year, has accomplished so much in athletics. But when you got guys like Connor leading the way, it really makes everybody excited about Bridgeland High.
If all that weren't enough, Connor is a major prospect as a shortstop in baseball. He'll play both baseball and, of course, football next year at Texas A&M.
I'm stoked. I mean, the coaching staff, the players, the atmosphere, the community, I mean, I love everything about it. And that's what made the decision going to Texas A&M so easy.
As for his final high school season, Connor is set to lead a Bears team that went 12-1 last season while advancing 3 rounds deep into the playoffs, especially impressive for a 4th-year varsity program.
It's been awesome just to be able to lay the foundation and build the program, like you said, from the ground up. And I mean, I felt like we've done that so far, and I hope to keep continuing to do that.
Coming up next, a special report on the Manville Mavericks as we break down the top teams in Class 5A football. Also ahead, we'll meet our ARS Coach of the Week.
Hi, we're the Cyrus Mustangs, and you're watching H-Town High School Sports. Wake up, free!
Welcome back to Academy Sports and Outdoors, H-Town High School Sports. We're powered by Vite. I'm Todd Freed. In Class 5A football, the Manville Mavericks again rank among the state's top teams to start the season. More now on the Powerhouse Mavs from Manville High School. For a football program rich with tradition, the tradition continues for the Manville Mavericks. A state quarterfinalist last season, let's go to Roll! Let's go to Roll! The Mavs entered this season ranked number 2 in the state in Class 5A Division I.
We always have high expectations here. It's just what this program is built on. We have some guys back this year that I expect a lot out of. We actually have a few more returning starters on each side of the ball and in special teams.
Those returning starters include the dynamic duo at running back of Deontay Seymour and Ty Harris, each of whom rushed for over 1,000 yards last season, while accounting for 27 touchdowns on the ground.
It's very fun. It's fun because we see each other as brothers, and you know, we help each other out. If he sees something, he'll tell me, and if I see something, I'll tell him. So it's really fun.
They're the consummate teammate. They're always picking people up. It's really nice to have both of them back. They're experienced. They do everything well that a running back should do. They block, they run, they catch out of the backfield, and they're smart.
Among those clearing the way for Harris and Seymour is 6'5", 310-pound offensive lineman Tevin Shaw, a U of H commit who leads a stout O-line for the Mavs.
They were very humble, and we push every day, and we're willing to go the extra mile. So the season will be good, and we have each other's back, brotherhood.
On defense, the Mavericks are stacked with talent. Linebacker Justin Medlock has committed to Miami. Defensive ends J.P. Dieter and Kevon Wright are commits of Purdue and Boston College, respectively, while defensive back Colin Wright will play at Stanford University next season.
I think we have a very talented defense. Like you said, 5 D1 guys are going to play at the next level. So just trying to put all that together to help us win some games and keep the Manville tradition going.
A tradition launched from the start of Manville Maverick football some 14 years ago.
Kirk Martin built this program. It's the mentality that he established here. It's the kids, it's the guys that I share a coach's office with. I mean, it's a great situation. The kids they always work hard. It's just a good mix.
And for more on the cream of the crop in Class 5A football, we welcome back Vite Media's Chief Content Officer, Matt Malatesta. We just had the story on Manville. Break down your top 10, if you will.
Well, I will. It's really top heavy, okay? But at the bottom, you've got Galena Park, you've got Montgomery, Barbers Hill, Mag West, Foster. They lost a lot of talent. They've usually been in that top 5. But then in your top 5, you got Crosby, who reached the state championship game last year, lost a lot of talent, but they're really starting to build over there at the Code Red. Crosby's going to be really good. Hightower, super athletic. Paytow, does people know who Paytow?
They're in Katy, by the way.
Exactly, brand new school, but you know, kind of another great Katy ISD program. And then you've got Manville, which you featured loaded on both sides of the ball, really good defense. And then Fort Bend Marshall, the fastest team on turf. The Buffs are our #1 team, really good. Watch out for them for another state run.
The need for speed at Fort Bend Marshall. Right. All right, Matt, once again, the Vite Football Preview Edition is out at a store near you, and we'll talk to Matt Malatesta throughout the season. Now in Class 5A Division II, Fort Bend Marshall enters the season ranked #2 in the entire state. Head coach James Williams has done a phenomenal job leading the Marshall program. They were in the state finals in 2018 and 2019. So who better to spotlight than Marshall's James Williams as our inaugural ARS Coach of the Week? What are the elements you want to instill in your kids in your high school football program, Coach?
Yes, sir. Our foundation of our program at Fort Bend Marshall is character, discipline, and hard work. You know, and we tell those guys it's not about the football field, but it's about in life. We want to be successful in life. If you have the character to do the right things, make the right decisions, the discipline to do your job and do it the best way you can, and you work hard, and you'll have success in life. But then you take that with some athletic ability, some hard work on the football field, now you have a greater chance of having success. So that's what we focus on every single day.
How have you been able to maintain that type of success?
Yes, sir. The guys, they're hungry. You know, they want it. They take it very personal. There's a lot of pride in M-Block, a lot of pride in our program and what it stands for. And they know we've been close. You know, our goal is to win a state championship. You know, we've been very close twice, but you know, we want to get the job done. And we don't talk about a lot in our field house, but the guys know what we're working for, and they're really hungry to get that job done.
What else makes your job so special at Fort Bend Marshall?
I get to interact with some great kids. I mean, there's some great kids at Fort Bend Marshall High School. I work with some great coaches. They make me look good. You know, people think I guess I get the limelight, but the coaches behind me are the real champions and the real great guys of our program that make our kids, you know, they love being around each other. Our culture is very competitive, very good, and it's surrounded by love. You know, so that's what we like to do every day.
Coming up next, it's a powerhouse start to the volleyball season for our Team of the Week.
Welcome back to Academy Sports and Outdoors, H-Town High School Sports. We're powered by Vite. I'm Todd Freed. Hey, it's been a hard-hitting start to the volleyball season, including a marquee matchup this week between defending Class 6A state champion Seven Lakes and defending Class 5A state finalist Fulshear.
Lots of high fives for the Fulshear Chargers. And there's Casey Batenhorst of the state champion Seven Lakes Spartans. Early on the spike by Bailey Warren, Samina Burns with the block and the Seven Lakes point. For Fulshear, Ava Underwood sets up Rachel Nort, and Nort finds the open court and the point. But Seven Lakes took command early. Anja Azura sets up Mia Blum, and Mama Mia, that's a spike. Spartans again. This time they get it to Casey Batenhorst, and Baten down the hatches, she puts that one away. Then more Casey. Not Casey at the bat, Casey at the serve, an ace, and Seven Lakes wins in 3 straight. Impressive.
Now a phenomenal 48-team field was in place for the annual Katy Cy-Fair ISD volleyball tournament, where the Cy Ranch Mustangs came within 1 set of the overall championship. More on the Mustangs, who we recognize as our Allegiance Bank Team of the Week.
Right? Isn't it right here? That we got here, or did you earn it? Go, 1, 2, 3, 6.
In a phenomenal 48-team field that included a load of powerhouse volleyball programs, the Cy Ranch Mustangs powered their way to a lofty 2nd place overall finish against many of the region's and even state's premier programs.
I thought it was good that we learned to struggle a little bit. We learned to fight through that. You know, that's always good to see that adversity at the beginning of season. And yeah, to finish the way that we did, I'm proud of this group. They are competitors, they're hustlers.
The Mustangs advanced to the title match by winning all 8 of their matches leading up to the championship final, before ultimately falling to state number 5 ranked Brandeis in a marathon 5-set match.
We did great. Like, we had a goal being top 3, and we made it. We were top 2, and this is a young team. Like, we lost a lot of seniors and a lot of talent, but we're just staying together and playing Cy Ranch volleyball.
I'm super proud of this team. I think we kind of had an upset a bunch of games, and we started off really low, and then we just pushed, and we are a grinding team.
Grinding it out from the likes of libero Kaylee Gims, who gutted out the championship final despite severely jamming her thumb a match earlier in the tournament semifinals.
I knew it was best for the team, and I played for our team. Like, I knew that they needed me, and I stepped up, and I just went through it and played.
And the Mustangs are playing great despite graduating 11 players from last season's regional quarterfinalists. Still, a couple of key pieces return, led by Kills leaders and Texas A&M commit Biana Munecki.
Biana Munecki plays a big role in obviously our hitting game and offensively. Kaylee Gims, our libero. She's our driving force of our defense. She is, if you've ever watched us, she controls the traffic, so I say. And yeah, I've got a couple of young bucks. They're all doing their job, and it's making for a really nice, gel.
And we are here on campus at Cy Ranch along with the Lady Mustangs. I'm joined by Kristen Ginsburg of Allegiance Bank.
Congratulations on a great performance on the KD Cy Fair tournament. We present to you this plaque as Allegiance Bank Team of the Week.
Hi, we're the Cy Ranch Mustangs, and you're watching H-Town High School Sports.
Welcome back to the show, everyone, where we are set and ready for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Plays of the Week.
As shown at the very top of the show, yours truly riding the Rockies in Aspen, Colorado. Some great perseverance. And then there was my summer's treacherous ATV ride over the longest suspension bridge in Latin America. Now that was pretty scary stuff. Okay, as for real sports, a block party for the Seven Lakes Spartans. Samina Burns with the rejection. And Samina means business. She blocks it again in the big win over Fulshire. Your Academy Sports and Outdoors Plays of the Week.
And that wraps up our first show of the season. Next week, we'll have loads of coverage of football games from across Grady Houston. Until then, thanks for watching. Stay H-Town proud.